Hello everyone, welcome to another video. Today we have some fun stuff and some learning. So first of all, you may be hearing some noise coming from my bike. So some clicking noise actually. So the previous day I was actually playing around with the headset. I was cleaning it a bit. I found a lot of sand in it, and I was hoping that maybe the issue, or maybe in the tire or something, maybe a issue, or the wheel or the spokes. So I did a cleanup. So hopefully on the next ride we should not have that clicking noise. Pretty annoying. Anyways, so I noticed I was just going on the usual ride, and I noticed this group of riders in front of me, and I was just thinking, okay, maybe I'll see how fast they go, and you can see already they're easily pedaling around 32 kilometers. So I think that's a good thing about group rides. You tend to talk and go at higher speeds, I guess. When you're solo, sometimes you don't have that huge drive to go fast. But so what I do, even though I don't have a group, so I just follow people who are riding fast, so that it at least gives me a good exercise. So yeah, they were talking and having fun, and they were pretty easily actually going fast. So they were doing around easily around 28, 30, 32, and suddenly one guy wanted to do a sprint. Maybe he's just practicing or something. So anyway, so I thought, okay, let me follow this group as far as possible to get a good workout, and let's see how far we can go. And in this video we will have actually uh, two two punches, and I I will actually explain to you what's the advantage of having a puncher on a group ride, and having a puncher or being solo. So here you can notice they're already hitting their speed. So um, the front of the group leader is going pretty fast, so it's easy for people in the back to keep up. Yeah, I'm just struggling to keep 33, 34, 35, because there is a slight incline here when we are going, and while coming back it's a bit easier to navigate this. So anyways, thank god for the red light. I was able to catch some breath. Then this kept on going for around 3 more kilometers. I was just following them, almost missed them, but due to red light again, luckily caught up to them. So this is where if you keep an eye on the front right lady rider there, so I think her front tire got puncture, and you can see her bending down and looking at the front tire. So this is the person. So yeah, I think she communicated it to the other group riders. She just parked on the left there, if you can see from the rear camera, and they just signaled the other group to go back and help. So this is a good thing about group ride. Any mechanical issues you have, there's always somebody to help you out. This is the reason I didn't stop, because there were like 4 other people who can help. I do carry some chain links, some puncture kit, uh, tubeless puncture kit, and a spare tube, and some tire levers, and some pump. So that should get me out of any tough situation. So yeah, I passed them. So it was all good. I was just continuing on my ride, and I reached this point, and around it was around 16 kilometers by now. So I thought I'll go back. This is the time I had, so probably 1 more hour. I'll go back and relax. So this is the part I like actually. So on your way back, I'm not saying always, but typically you will always have some tailwind here, and the roads are not steep. It's actually down, so you can maintain pretty good speeds here. So typically my videos where I try to achieve top speed or maintain good speed, I try to do it here just to get a thrill of it. It's because it's typically tough to get really flat road. There is some undulation here and there, but this is a good piece of road here. So here I was just going back at my speed. So when I was going, I usually keep an eye on the left or the right, because in TMCR the issue is if something happens on these lines, you need to help out your fellow riders. So if you see there, I spotted someone standing there, and there is a single guy, and the tire was out. So I definitely thought, okay, there is some tire issue. I think there is some puncture. So I just stood here and just had a look at him. He was on the phone trying to get a cab or get some help, but since no other riders are with him, and since he was on phone, that worried me, because usually if you're on phone, that means you don't have a spare, or maybe you don't have missed some tools or something else. Maybe something else has happened which he can't fix. So I just thought politely I'll go to him. I'll ask him what actually had happened. But he he explained that he had the spare tube, he had other things, but he did not have the tire levers. So see, when you're going solo, I would say please do carry all the necessary tools, because you never know when suddenly the punctures can happen. The reason this day the puncture happened, probably why I felt, was while I was traveling this road to and fro, I saw a lot of small pebbles, stones flying through the wheels. So I asked him like what happened. I believe he told he just hit a pothole. So I just made a list. So I believe this list, at least these are the basic things you should carry to ensure you get out of any tricky situation. So I'm just listing this out. One is of course multi-tool kit, spare tube, definitely, tire levers, one manual pump, puncture kit, a master link plier, a spare master link, and a chain breaker tool. So these are all the must I feel you carry. Some people may think, you know what, the chain doesn't break, it doesn't happen, but I have seen it happen, especially at TMCR due to the sand and grit. If you have cross changed and the grit goes in, there is a chance, because usually in TMCR people want to ride faster. So I have seen 1 or 2 cases in the past 3 years where I have seen the chain snap there. So no harm in carrying, and anyways the chain tools are very small. So the learning, what I want people to do before they go on ride in their bikes is remove the wheel, practice it in home, remove the tire and tube, and reinstall tube and tire. Because what happened is, this rider, even though I gave the tool, I just catching my breath there, I noticed that uh, the bike was, I think, pretty new, and maybe I understand, because even if I had a new bike, I would be excited to go out with it. Might not have checked all the tools. So I would advise please do these steps before you come for the ride. But I was happy to help. I didn't mind at all, because it's a fellow cyclist. I'm happy to help. I have the tools, I have the knowledge, so why not share it? I just was trying to explain to him how to put in a wheel, because when he was trying to put in the spare tube, he didn't pump it up a bit, so he was struggling. So I just gave him his space, because he was also tired. So I just thought, okay, let him give it, because those wheels are expensive as well. So I wanted to see how comfortable he is to do. Once I noticed that, okay, there are some steps which is being done wrong, so I tried to pitch in after that. So I did as much as I could. It was all good. So post we fixed the tire, we pumped it up. So as you can see there, using my hand pump, I was happy to pump it up manually to the required psi needed. And once we pump it up, then I noticed that for his bicycle, the through axle, right, it has a lever, so you don't need any tools to put it on. But he was actually using a tool, that too from the other side. So the place where you have the cassette, right, he was trying to insert his tool over from there, and trying to rotate, which was wrong. So I just explained to him, you should do it the other way around. And after that also, I noticed that his chain from the front chain ring had come down, and it was stuck between the frame and the smaller chain ring. So basically what he has done, when trying to remove the back wheel, he has panicked because it was not coming out. He didn't know that the derailleur had to be loosened a bit, just push to the front so that there is a sag on the chain, then you can remove the rear wheel. So yeah, it's all good. It's all a good learning. So but I always recommend that you go back and practice it in home, even though there is no puncture. Just open the wheel. Opening the wheel itself, you know, okay, removing the wheel from the bicycle is a learning. And remove the tires, deflate the tires, how much deflation should be done, you will get to know. How to use the tire levers, you will get to know. Because especially in places, especially night and places like TMCR, it's very rare you get help, because see, in some of the places, right, it's pretty dark. So if he got puncture and he got stuck in the darker places, it would have been tough for him. But in, let's say I hadn't come, worst case he had a cab coming along, but again it used to take 30 to 35 minutes, which I had to stay there alone. So yeah, good that I felt good, I could help him. At least what knowledge I had, I shared with him and told him to carry all the tools, advised him. He was happy, he was very thankful, very respectful, very nice person. So yeah, I carried on with my ride. Like, subscribe and share. Cheers.